Now, from the studios of ITN, the Channel 4 News with John Snow and Kathy Smith. It's 7 o'clock.
Goldsmith helps fund another Conservative revolt. Now 78 Tory Eurosceptics defy John Major's leadership. Good evening. Not only has the Tory Eurosceptic Bill Cash won a symbolic vote for a referendum over leaving Europe by 95 votes to 1, but the involvement of the offshore millionaire Sir James Goldsmith in funding dissension within the Conservative Party has visited a serious bout of humiliation upon the Prime Minister. Tonight, does it matter, and where is it all going to stop? We'll be talking live with the former Conservative Prime Minister, Sir Edward Heath. Also tonight, the idea that people are suffering from job insecurity, fact or fiction. The Treasury Secretary William Waldegrave says it's all been got up by the media, themselves the victims of job uncertainty. We try to get at the truth. And later in the programme, we return to Liberia, to one of the bloodiest and dirtiest wars on earth. As aid agencies withdraw, can the fighting be stopped?
And the other news headlines tonight, a political row has erupted over some of the charities to receive money in the latest round of national lottery handouts. The government's demanded an explanation after John Major criticised some awards as ill-founded and ill-judged. A 32-year-old car mechanic appeared in court this afternoon, charged with conspiring to cause the London Docklands bomb in February. And Senate Majority Leader Bob Dole has finally said goodbye to one of the most powerful jobs in Washington to concentrate on his bid for the White House.
So the government has suffered another huge political embarrassment over Europe, with 78 Tory MPs supporting a Eurosceptic bill aimed at forcing a referendum on the terms of British membership of the EU. The proposal, tabled by the Conservative Bill Cash, was approved with only one MP voting against. But the government's tactic of ignoring the bill in the hope that it would go away now looks in danger of backfiring. As our political editor Eleanor Goodman reports, pro-Europeans have hit back, focusing on the role of the multimillionaire businessman Sir James Goldsmith in funding Mr. Cash's campaign.
Being a member of the European Parliament, a millionaire and the leader of the referendum party didn't qualify Sir James Goldsmith to vote on today's referendum bill, but he was a force behind it, both in terms of helping to finance Bill Cash's think tank and threatening to put up candidates against pro-European Tories.
You're being accused of blackmail by some Conservative MPs. What do you say to that?
They can say what they like.
Sir James's intervention may have helped boost the support for Bill Cash's bill at the margins, though the numbers probably had more to do with the growing mood of Euroscepticism in the Conservative Party and the desire to stop Mr Major giving any ground to Europe over beef. But the news of Sir James's role gave pro-Europeans ammunition to hurl at Mr Cash.
You took my breath away by saying that you're receiving political funding from Sir James Goldsmith, who is apparently the head of another political party that's going to fight us at the next election. Now, that is quite unacceptable, Bill, and you've got to sort yourself out pretty quickly, in my view.
I've never made a secret of that, but I can also say that, in fact, he's made massive contributions to the Conservative Party as well.
That argument went on throughout the day, with Mr Davis calling on Mr Cash to explain how he could stand again as a Conservative. But the pro-Europeans' main case against the bill was that the call for a referendum on taking back powers from Brussels was really designed to pull Britain out of the Union altogether, as the rest of Europe would never agree to the kind of changes Mr Cash wants. Tory MPs were under instructions not to support it, for the referendum envisaged would go much further than the one the government has promised since the inception of Sir James Goldsmith's party on a single currency. Ministers never vote for 10-minute rule bills like this, but that didn't stop Mr Blair taunting Mr Major over his refusal to condemn a bill which he insisted was designed by its supporters to pull Britain out of Europe.
Why can he not stand at that dispatch box as Prime Minister and say that their views are wrong? Because if he carries on running from them, they will carry on chasing him. And the loser will be Britain, our jobs, our industry, our influence. When will he finally stand up and take a lead?
The right honourable gentleman is putting views in the mouths of my honourable friends that are not theirs. And our policy